Welcome back to Biafra News Support Biafra, that Biafra here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on where you're watching me from. Welcome to all the new and old subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're just coming across my channel for the first time, kindly click the red subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to enable you get notification. So I bring you another video. Freeman's Nnamdi Kanu conference held in United Nation. This is coming from Barrister Lawyer Jimako himself. He's the one in this very video. So I will allow you to watch what he said. But first, I would like to add that this man has been working tirelessly to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is freed. And the work is showing. No, the work is showing. And Elohim will continue guiding and protecting him for us, strengthening him more and more. Ohamadike must surely be free. And this is the full speech of Barrister Lawyer Jimako at Freeman's Nnamdi Kanu conference held at the National Press Club, Washington, D.C. by Ambassadors for Self-Determination. Nnamdi Kanu must be free. Sir, please continue with the good work you are doing. God will bless you. Freedom for Nnamdi Kanu, freedom for Biafra means freedom for all the indigenous people of present artificial Nigeria. Good Lord bless Nnamdi Kanu, bless Barrister Ejimako. God bless all Biafrans. When you see a determined person, then you will know the real defender of justice. And Barrister Ejimako has proved that without doubt. May God Almighty defend you the way you are defending Nnamdi Kanu. God bless Nnamdi Kanu. God bless Samuel Netwa. God bless. And God bless Onyokipe, Barrister Lawyer Ejimako, and Biafrans, and everyone doing whatever he or she can to make sure Nnamdi Kanu is free, and everyone creating the great awareness of Biafra freedom and the Ohamadike's unconditional release. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and the whole world knows that he was kidnapped in Kenya, tortured for 8 days before he was renditioned back to Nigeria. And since then, he has been in DSS dungeon with all the court rulings for him to be freed. Both the appellate court that discharged and acquitted him, all the charges brought against him, they still don't want to free him. They continuously detaining him for reason best known to them, which Elohim will scatter all their evil plans. Nigeria will not divide when the amalgamation has expired. Is it by force to continue being in Nigeria? What is Nnamdi Kanu's crime? Asking for freedom. Oh, conduct a referendum for me. Let me see those that want to go with Biafra. If anybody don't want to go with Biafra, they remain in Nigeria. I'm not going to force them to go with me. That is the only thing they asked for. They started calling for his head. First, they went to his house to assassinate him. He was forced to escape by Biafrans, and more than 50 Biafran men were killed at his father's compound. Still, they didn't stop there. They said he jumped bail. He jumped bail, somebody you went to his house to assassinate. When you failed killing him, you ended up killing more than 50 unarmed men in his compound. You're saying he jumped bail? Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about the attack and the assassination attempt on Nnamdi Kanu's life. You people are still doing more and more. So that is it, my people. I will stop here and I will allow you to watch the video. Ohamadike must be free no matter what the enemies do. Nigeria has expired. Let those that believe in it continue being in it. Those that don't want to continue, they are free to exit. But it's obvious they are forcing everybody to be in Nigeria, whether you like it or not. Britain, when you people made that amalgamation, or when you people agreed on that amalgamation, were you people not ready? It's not, you people gave 100 years thinking that nobody will endure to 100 years, or everybody in Nigeria will die before 100 years. Your evil plan failed. The amalgamation has expired. We have a lot of evidence against these people. Why they don't want to let Biafrans go, they will explain it to us and the whole world. And why they kidnap Nnamdi Kanu that asks for nothing but freedom. The 100 years expired. The 100 years have expired. Some of you will say, oh, Nigeria must be one no matter what. What are you benefiting from Nigeria? Nothing. So that is it, my people. I'll stop here. Don't forget to share, like, leave your comment at the comment section. God bless, guide, and protect our leader, Nnamdi Kanu.
I'm speaking to you today from a remote location. I am sorry I'm not able to be amongst you physically, but I'm with you virtually. Before I start, let me observe the basic protocols by acknowledging the ambassadors for self-determination, the coalition of Biafran sons and daughters, the Friends of Biafra, gathered here today at the Washington Press Club, Washington, D.C., United States. I'm highly honored to be called upon to address you on the very important agenda of the day. But before I do that, let me thank the ambassadors for self-determination, the organizers of the event. My profound thanks to the two men behind this powerful organization, the two brothers. I call them the A-team, the Wankwo brothers, Ben and Evan. I thank you so much for bringing this event to fruition. Well, let me begin by saying this. Ben and Evans have been at the front line of propagating the cause for self-determination, defending human rights in Nigeria, and calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, who is the subject matter of this very event today. Of course, the other subject matters, such as the right to self-determination and the persecution that is being levied against Christians in Nigeria in this current era. Ben and Evans, I thank you, and I thank all those who are behind you, seen and unseen, and your professional crew and all that, and so many other people that I really do not want to mention here. So having said that, I would not burden you with slogans or sloganeering. I will not tell you what you know already. I will tell you what you don't know. Or what you know but you don't know all of it. Well, last week I met with Nnamdi Kanu at the headquarters of the Directorate of State Security in Abuja, Nigeria. And I did inform him of this event coming up. And he was very happy. And he asked me to ensure that I speak and do a video to be played to the participants in this event. So today I'm wearing two hats. I'm speaking on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm also speaking on my own behalf. My name is Aloy Ejimako. I'm the special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of Biafra. And I'm speaking to you from a location in Nigeria. The man, Nnamdi Kanu, is well known. He's everywhere. He's on Wikipedia. He's an internationally acclaimed freedom fighter. But there's just a few things I need to tell you about him. What brought him to limelight was the formation of the indigenous people of Biafra in the United Kingdom in 2012. Simultaneously, he also founded Radio Biafra. And these two organizations were aimed at one thing: liberation for the people of Biafra, or restoration of the former Republic of Biafra that went defunct in 1970. The right to self-determination is a right that is guaranteed internationally, domestically, and continentally. It's within the black letters of Nigerian law at Article 20 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. The right to self-determination is guaranteed. So the formation of IPOB did not break any law. Not laws of United Kingdom, not international law, not Nigerian law. But guess what? When Nnamdi Kanu, who was born in Nigeria, but who acquired British citizenship later on, came to Nigeria in October 2015, the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, which had come to power in May, decided to arrest him. He was not arrested between 2012 and 2015 because the government of the day at that time understood that self-determination is not a crime. But the government that came into power in 2015 in May decided that self-determination is going to be treated as a criminal activity. So he was arrested in Lagos. He was charged for treason, also for insulting the president and illegal importation of radio equipment. 3 charges. The treason one, they split it into 2, treason by himself and treason by conspiracy. This thing went on from 2015 until April 2017, when he was eventually granted bail. So he was detained for nearly 18 months. After granting him bail, he returned to his ancestral home in the southeastern part of Nigeria, and he was enjoying his bail when suddenly, between 10 September and 14 September 2017, the Nigerian army, without any justification whatsoever, levied lethal, massive military operations against Nnamdi Kanu's ancestral home. That day, he was sitting at home with so many people, his family members, including his 2 elderly parents. The attack was lightning, it was a bleakage, it was massive, and it was not the type of an attack you will expect a national military force to levy on a civilian location. But they did. At the end of the day, 28 people lost their lives. Nnamdi Kanu sustained injuries. His parents sustained injuries as well, but somehow, by the grace of God, they all managed to escape. From there, the rest is history. And because there was a national and international manhunt for him by the security forces, which rules of engagement was to shoot, not to maim. If you see Nnamdi Kanu, if you encounter him anywhere, shoot not to maim. Not to maim, but shoot to kill. That's what they went there to do on 10 September, but they didn't succeed. But it went on. They went on in a manhunt. So Nnamdi Kanu was forced to flee the municipal boundaries of Nigeria in search of safe haven overseas. Eventually, in May 2021, he settled in Kenya. He entered Nairobi and settled in Kenya somewhere. He never knew that Nigerian security forces, the international branch of it, were laying in wait for him. They led an ambush for him. So on 19th June 2021, he drove himself to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on a personal errand. As soon as he drove into the parking lot and alighted from his vehicle, several well-armed security men suspected to be of a mixture of Nigerian and Kenyan security forces swooped on him, grabbed him, abducted him, and put him forcibly in a vehicle and drove away. Well, they didn't take him to the police station. They didn't take him to immigration because he was a foreigner. He should have been taken to immigration. They didn't take him to any official law enforcement facility. They took him to a secret location in Nairobi, a non-official secret location. So in effect, they disappeared him. And they kept him at that secret location for a whole 8 days. And those 8 days he endured horrendous torture. All these are matters of record between the various tribunals and courts before whom this matter has been brought. I cannot begin to give you all the details. Horrendous torture in violation of basic human rights, in violation of the laws of Kenya, Nigeria, and the international community. When Nnamdi Kanu was abducted on 19th June 2021, the proper thing that should have been done is to take him to a police station, from there to a court. And then if you wanted him back in Nigeria, you subject him to what is called extradition proceedings. This is a basic tenet of the law that you see in the laws of any nation. Kenya has an Extradition Act to which Nnamdi Kanu should have been subjected. But guess what? They didn't do that. They rather disappeared him for 8 days, tortured him to their heart's content. And on 27th June, they secretly brought him out from this location and took him through the back doors, evading Kenyan immigration, direct to the tarmac of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Nairobi, where a private plane was waiting. They bundled him into the plane, chained him to the chair, and everything. He endured 5-6 hours flight from Nairobi to Kenya in the most excruciating circumstances. They arrived in Nigeria late in the evening and the plane flew back to Nairobi. They took him to the headquarters of the National Intelligence Agency in Abuja, where he spent the first night with all the lights left on to assure his maximum discomfort. The following day, they transferred him to the headquarters of Directorate of State Security in Abuja. And on the third day, they brought him before the Federal High Court in Abuja. The Federal High Court was well aware that Nnamdi Kanu has counsel of record. It was an open case, it wasn't a new case, a pre-existing case. But the Federal High Court decided to conduct the arraignment in violation of his constitutional right to counsel, and that arraignment led to the indefinite detention with which we are struggling today. Anyways, taking you back a few steps, the little military invasion of 2017 was not unrequited, judicially speaking. I took the matter before two tribunals, or a tribunal and a court. First, I took it to the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, which rendered a decision in March 2018 condemning the action and calling it a violation of the African Charter. And they wrote to the President of Nigeria, they wrote a letter to the President of Nigeria requesting him or directing him. They used diplomatic language, but the decision was there that what you did is wrong, so you need to roll it back. You need to reverse everything you have done, which includes declaration of IPOB as a terrorist organization and hounding their members as criminals. The African Commission held that what Nigerian government was doing was persecution, not prosecution. That the IPOB and its members simply possess an inconvenient political opinion which the Nigerian government was seeking to suppress by means of punishment of some sort. And they asked or directed Nigerian government to reverse itself. Nigerian government never did. Rather, it escalated. Well, subsequently, I went to a local court, a high court in Abia State in eastern Nigeria. I sued the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Nigerian Army, and other parties who were Confederates in that attack of September 2017. And in January 2022, fortunately for us, we won. The High Court made an order. The High Court reached a judgment that what happened to Nnamdi Kanu in September 2017 was a flagrant violation of his constitutional right to life and constitutional right to his privacy. And the court proceeded to make an order ordering the federal government of Nigeria or Federal Republic of Nigeria to pay him a compensation of 1 billion Nigerian naira, which is over $1 million US. The court also ordered the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the President of Nigeria to issue a public apology to be published in 3 national Nigerian newspapers to Nnamdi Kanu. None of this has happened. So we kept that aside. So when they brought Nnamdi Kanu forcibly from Kenya without extradition proceedings, I characterized it an act of extraordinary rendition. Initially, there was a misunderstanding, a broad, widespread misunderstanding by vast majorities of Nigerians who were mouthing the cliche, Nnamdi Kanu extradited from Kenya. No, that was wrong. He wasn't. I told people he wasn't. He was extraordinarily renditioned or rendered, and that is against international law, Kenyan law, and laws of the Federation of Nigeria. So while his criminal trial was making its way slowly at Abuja, with all the several amendments the government was bringing, they walked away from treasonable felony, insulting the president, importation of radio equipment, and bam, to terrorism. That's how it happened. And they did this 7 times. 7 amendments. If Nnamdi Kanu was guilty, why is it taking so long to bring him to trial between 2015 and today? That is 8 years. So what he's undergoing is not really a judicial trial. It's a trial by ordeal. Trial by fire. Imprisonment before conviction. They just want to get as many years of jail time out of him as possible, because they know that with the evidence available, conviction will be impossible. And that was made worse by the extraordinary rendition, which I took also as a civil violation to a federal high court in Nigeria. And in October 2022, the federal high court came down with a judgment that extraordinary rendition was a violation of his constitutional rights, his fundamental rights, and they awarded him 500 million Nigerian naira. That's about $800,000. So all around, everywhere that this matter has gone to, including in July 2022, before the Human Rights Council at the United Nations, the Human Rights Council, United Nations, came down with an opinion that what happened to Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and that brought him to Nigeria is a very grave violation of international law. And they directed that he should be released unconditionally. And of course, the Court of Appeal in Nigeria did come down with a similar judgment in same October 2022, discharging Nnamdi Kanu of all charges and bearing any further trial of his person in any court in Nigeria as a consequence, as a direct consequence of the extraordinary rendition. So what more can you ask for a man to deserve his freedom? How many have I counted? United Nations, which in this case should be considered a world court. Then you have the Nigerian Court of Appeal, which is the second highest court in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Then you have the Federal High Court, which is the court of first instance at the federal level. And of course, you have the State High Court that awarded him 1 billion Nigerian naira. So between 2015 and today, 8 years and running, Nnamdi Kanu has snagged 4 major victories against the Federal Republic of Nigeria, with Federal Republic of Nigeria winning nothing. What more do you need as stark evidence, affirmative evidence that what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen, is an act of persecution, not prosecution? It's time to end it. On his behalf, I will ask all men and women of goodwill everywhere in the world to speak up. There was this saying about Jews. When they came for the Jew, you said nothing. When they came for the Jew, you said nothing because you're a trade unionist. Then when they came for the trade unionist, you say, well, I'm a scientist. You said nothing. They took the Jew, they took the trade unionist. And then when they came for the scientists, nobody spoke for you. Nnamdi Kanu is a poster boy for all the injustices that a great race, the Igbo people, and their cousins in the former eastern Nigeria have been subjected to since the founding of Nigeria. These injustices became more public because since 2015 they have been escalated. So how do you fight back? You fight back by telling the system, I want out. I want my own country is not a crime. It does not require a bullet. It doesn't require muscular military law enforcement. What it requires is sitting across the table and talking about it. A lot of nations have been founded on referendum. That's what Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of Biafra were asking for. That led to all this conundrum, to all this saga. So, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you. I'm grateful that you gathered here today. You responded to the clarion call by the Wankwos, Ben and Evan, the ambassadors for self-determination, the sons and daughters of Biafra, and the friends of Biafra. For those of you amongst us who are not Biafrans, I thank you profusely, and I ask you to, when you leave Washington Press Club today, I want you to speak up for Biafrans, speak against their persecution, speak up for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, and may God bless you for that. Again, my name is Aloy Ejimako, Special Counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, speaking to you today, May 25th, 2023. Thank you very much.
So that is the video, Biafrans, lovers of freedom. Don't forget to share, like, leave your comments at the comment section. Hope we'll hear what Barrister Lawyer Jimako said. Amadike must be free. No matter what the enemies do, they can't stop Biafra, and they can't stop Amadike's unconditional release. They are just wasting their time. And I strongly believe that Elohim is in charge. The whole world keeping quiet will not stop what Elohim is doing, and cannot stop Elohim's project. Thank you all.